What's going on, everybody? This is the PWZ podcast. This is Rick Del Santo. And joining me this week, of course, is Showtime Marcel Williams. We're going to be breaking down AEW Forbidden Door. What's going on, Marcel?
Yeah, it's going. It's been an eventful last weekend, and we Forbidden Door was a big success. I felt the show was a very entertaining show from top to bottom. As we go into that a little bit in a few, but we are here June 28th, the eve before a PAPW event tomorrow. As we go into that Wild Wild Wrestling. But it's June 28th, and we are here live on YouTube, Pro Wrestling Zone podcast.
Let's not forget Wild Wild Wrestling will be featured on Fight TV. That's fight.tv for the low price of $9.99 or $9.99. Anyways, you don't get the joke. Adonis is in the chat. Hello.
I get the joke. After 1,000 episodes of Raw have been promoting the WWE Network with the flag hanging up at the Titan Towers. Trust me, somehow Mario would decide to hang up probably a bathroom towel with $9.99 on it and just.
Wow.
and hang it up and remind us at Fight TV $9.99 for Wild Wild Wrestling.
Thank you, Adonis, and good luck on your job interview.
Good luck. Big step.
Big step, right. Then you can start buying all that PWZ merchandise.
There we go.
There you go. So, of course, this past weekend was AEW in New Japan's Forbidden Door inter-promotional pay-per-view. And I have to say, yes, it was a wildly successful show. There is talks of Forbidden Door 2. I just read an article today. The New Japan president is very interested in promoting another one. So, I am all for it. I think that this show, top to bottom, there's not a lot of bad stuff to talk about this show.
No, it's not. It was a big success. Like I said, like you said, and then it was top to bottom, very entertaining. Over $1 million in ticket sales and over $5 million on pay-per-view. It was a big success for both companies. And like you said, the president of New Japan also want to do the event in Tokyo. I feel like that will be a big deal, especially happen in the home base of Tokyo, Japan. And I look forward to that. But we gotta enjoy the flowers of this event because I feel like even with all the injuries that was involved and changes that happened, it still was a great event. As we talked about earlier on the week, we knew this event was going to be real good, even with the injuries involved.
Yeah, we went in. I think that there was not much negativity going into it. It just seemed to be a very injury-prone event, but it ended up being like I said earlier, wildly successful. It ended up working out all in the end.
Absolutely, and more to come, hopefully.
I hope so. Maybe they'll involve a little bit more. Maybe they'll involve other companies. I mean, you never know what can happen. I mean, now that Forbidden Door is kicked wide open between New Japan and AEW.
Yeah, looking forward to part 2 of this. Even as we get approached tomorrow for Blood and Guts.
Yeah, Blood and Guts, and don't forget we will be reviewing that on Thursday evening, so make sure you tune into that. Man, I'm gonna have to try to find some sleep. I got work and I got what's that other thing called? Oh yeah, Wild Wild Wrestling, and all that other stuff. I'm gonna put this up on the screen because I just have to, because if this egghead watched. Now, I know this egghead watched last night as we were breaking down the show. Marcel, are you having a match tomorrow? Yeah, You know that he already did because we gave the entire lineup last night, and I know that you were tuned in, my friend. Well, and it says that he is so mad he can't come tomorrow. It's 21 and over at um, Cadillac Ranch, Southington, Connecticut. But we're going to get back into Forbidden Door. We'll talk a little bit more about Wild Wrestling a little bit later.
Yeah, we'll talk about while we're wrestling. After we go through this review, Adonis. So please don't have the finger get close to the button, please. We actually need your little company. So we don't want to break the streak. You've been on the streak, so we don't want to have that button break that streak. But we'll talk about the PAPW event tomorrow night a little bit later.
I was happy that that block button's looking real tasty right now. I was very excited. The pre-show opened up, and who's sitting at the announcers table? But New Japan English commentator, but former Ring of Honor commentator and WWE announcer Kevin Kelly, one of the most underrated announcers out there, in my personal opinion.
Yeah, it was a big surprise, and I mean, it wouldn't be right if we didn't have Kevin Kelly on the mic for us for commentating to educate us about New Japan and educate us of what's going on that side of the fence. But I was glad to see him. He did a great job as well.
Yeah, oh, fantastic. Let's see. We started off the pre-show. Yoshihashi and Haruki Goto. They defeated Aaron Solo and QT Marshall in just under 9 minutes. And the Factory, as they're called, Aaron Solo and QT Marshall. I'm getting tongue-tied over here. I haven't had anything to drink. Put on a good performance, I thought, and could not, just could not hold it up against Yoshihashi and Haruki Goto. Sorry. I told you I'm having trouble tonight.
Yeah, I'm going Goto. Goto is was one of the finalists that could have made to the interim AEW championship against John Moxley, but he came up short against Tanahashi. But he came up with the win this time as QT Marshall and Aaron Solo broke the Forbidden Door, the first AEW stars to step through the Forbidden Door to kick this off.
Which I thought. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't watch Dark or I don't watch Elevation very often, so I don't get to see some people that surprised me on this evening. Lance Archer came out there against Nick Camarado, and I said to my friend, "Nick Camarado still works here."
Yeah,
I had. So, but this ended up being quite the, I guess you could say, quite the banger. Like strong style, and I thought one of them might have died here and there with the very strong strikes that they were using.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a match in 6 minutes. Displayed beef versus beef, and I guess showcase Lance Archer as he's getting ready for the G1. So I guess they want to display Lance Archer in a dominant fashion, which they did.
Yeah. Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland defeated Yoshinobu Kanemura and El Desperado. Yeah, man. I don't know, man. I love Lee and Swerve.
This was the best match on the buy-in.
Yeah, it definitely was. I was like, they really kicked off. Now, normally, if you ever watch the buy-in, there's usually only like one match and a bunch of like highlight footage and hype footage and stuff. They really put a lot of work into this as having a bunch of different matches. You know what I'm saying? Which I thought was really good.
They did. Yeah. And I still love the tag team of Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland. They continue to entertain me as a team. And this tag match was so good with the psychology of Desperado and his partner. Let's go keep it at that. I don't want to slaughter nobody's names, but the storytelling of taking out Keith Lee legs and Swerve Strickland with the tease of the little breakup where he bumped into Keith Lee and knocked him down. It was great storytelling this tag match, but they ended up coming up with the win, you know, and continue this story of them being a tag team against Ricky Starks and Hobbs as they got the victory.
From there, Max Caster, Billy Gunn, Austin Gunn. Let me just say the Gunn family. Defeated Yamura, Coughlin, Kevin Knight, and DKC. Danhausen came out and apparently interfered, or sort of, I guess you can call it interfered, and the Gunn brothers, the Ass Boys, ran after him or ran away, and then literally the match. I believe it was it Billy Gunn that got the pin.
Yeah, it was Billy Gunn that was towering over everybody, and at the age that he's in the best shape I ever seen him in ever, and I mean ever. And he came out to win with Max Caster, and I kind of think that the Gun Club and the Acclaim are like the hottest thing in AEW right now, with a few other stars, but they the hottest thing they're catching on right now. Got that
I think
attitude era still.
Yeah, I think they're definitely catching on. I mean, especially Max Caster with his, I guess you can say, semi-racy raps,
Yeah,
uh, are questionable. We can call them. Definitely very Attitude Era esque. But I think this, I guess, the merger of the two teams, it's really catching on. The fans are really buying into it.
yeah, it is, and it'd be a surprise if the claim end up getting turned on by Billy Gunn, and then they be an instant baby faces. It's the seeds are planted there, and I feel like Billy Gunn is kind of like stringing them along to get some of that rub on his
Mhm.
boys.
Yeah, I got you. I got you. So then we went into the main show, live pay per view, of Forbidden Door.
Not a premium live event, a
This is a pay per
BR,
view.
a BR live event.
There you go. We'll be we will be reviewing a premium live event later on in the week, so stay tuned.
Yeah,
Uh
busy.
yeah, we got a busy week. Professional wrestling is so hot right now. There's so much great stuff going on. Not to say that this weekend's event is going to be a great one. It's definitely going to be something that's going to be talked about, though. Uh,
Absolutely.
yeah, yeah. So we opened up the show with the trios match of Jericho, Suzuki, and Sammy Guevara defeating Eddie Kingston, Wheeler Yuta, and Shota Umino. And I liked when I got to see Eddie Kingston and Minoru Suzuki get in the ring and go chop for chop with each other. And that was my favorite part of the match, really.
I know we talk about it all the time when we talk about AEW, but the openers means everything, and this was one of them. When it first started, and I heard Jericho's music, I was like, okay, well, they're starting off with Jericho, so Jericho want to start off hot. So this 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 trios match was real good with Umino. The story, did I say it right? Umino.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So basically, Umino, the story was there with Chris Jericho smacking him in the face in Red Shoes, his dad, from a few years ago when him and Kenny Omega clashed for the first time. And then also you had John Moxley bringing him on his wing. So the story was there, man. This process of building a star for New Japan Pro Wrestling, and he showed off last Sunday, and I enjoyed this 6-man trios tag match, and it was very entertaining. Even with Sammy Guevara with his heat going on, and Chris Jericho working hard as hell, doing probably like 80% of the match.
Right? There was a time I thought that he was like, this guy is just a trooper in there doing all this shit. And he looked like he was like, I don't know how much more I can take in this match. Like, he's like, I got to tag out.
And yo,
He's
listen, I
definitely.
respect it. This dude, every tag match I've seen him in, he be at like 80% of it. And for him to take what he's taking at the age that he is, you got to love Chris Jericho as a performer. And this was one of them. Eddie Kingston never ceases to amaze me how hot he is. We talk about the claim being hot. Eddie Kingston is hot as well. And as soon as whenever they decide to put a gold on him, it's going to be probably the biggest pop of the night, truthfully. the story is there as well.
There, of course, this is setting up Jericho in Umino at some point down the road as well, because I guess there's been talk about that they were supposed to meet on numerous occasions, and then the pandemic happened. So it's been like something like 3 years in the making, uh,
Hmm.
something like that.
Especially for them to show the footage, which that's what I love about the wrestling business. If you show footage to refresh everybody's minds what's going on, introduce stars that is supposed to be introduced, um, the story means something with the trios match. So when they show those little clips here and there earlier on to let you know what's going on, I really enjoyed Umino work and Suzuki. This guy.
What's he, 50 something years old? He's out there like crazy. 60?
The
What's he? GOC, thank
EOC's in
you
the
and
house.
good evening for tuning in. We're giving our thoughts on the Forbidden Door right now. If
Yeah,
you got anything to say about the event, go ahead and put it in the chat. We'll definitely read it out.
absolutely. But Suzuki never ceases to amaze me. His
No.
stiff style, but between him and Eddie Kingston going at it within the first 2 minutes was very entertaining. And but this whole trios match was a good opener to start off
Yeah.
Forbidden Door. I was kind of iffy at first, but I was really entertained within a few 5 minutes.
Yeah. Next match was winner take all for the IWGP and Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions. It's a three-way. FTR defeated Roppongi Vice and United Empire of Jeff Cobb and the Great Okan. This was one of my favorite matches of the evening. It really was. I think that this match going forward just proves how awesome and intense FTR really are, and that they are truly the greatest tag team in the world right now.
Yes, the storytelling in this match was great with Dax Harwood injuring his arm as we thought after all the injuries that's
Yeah,
been going on throughout the last few weeks or months. And we thought Cash really going to be doing it on his own. But I like the showcase of Jeff Cobb. If you've never seen Jeff Cobb in action or Great Okan, you got it here, and everybody got their dose of shine, as well as Rocky Romero and
oh god,
Trent Beretta. But this triple threat tag match was a real good match. Listen, as we go along and talk about this show, every match was good. It wasn't a
yes,
bad match on the card. Every match had their own flow, and everything. So as we go along this tag match, but FTR made history. FTR is truly the greatest tag team in the modern era at this time. They are the former SmackDown Tag Team Champions, Raw Tag Team Champions, the AAA Tag Team Champions, the former AEW Tag Team Champions, IWGP and ROH Tag Team Champions. Can we say more? NXT Tag Team Champions.
that's true too. Don't forget NXT Tag Team Champions. That's right. Yeah, these guys are just on fire, and yeah, they were selling a worked injury on Dax's arm or shoulder, excuse me, and then he came flying back. And they came in, and I literally was at the edge of my seat for this match. It was that good, that damn good.
Yeah, the historic, the biggest arena in all of United States, the United Center, was lit for this event, and the big pop of FTR gaining the IWGP Tag Team Championship, it made it that much more sweeter.
What else do they have? What else is there that they can win? NWA, MLW,
Impact,
Impact.
NWA. If
Come
they
on,
win the
bring
NWA Tag Team Championships, there's nothing more that can be. Just bring back the WCW Tag Team Champions. Why don't you?
the most prestigious tag team championships ever, the NWA titles. I mean, they. I think that there's definitely a possibility that that could happen down the road for those guys if they're looking to do more Forbidden Door stuff.
No, absolutely. There's a few people on the list that is a list, but there's a few people on the list that make that elite, no point intended, tag team that won every championship in every promotion. And it's like the Road Warriors, the Steiner brothers,
Yeah,
the Dudley boys, FTR. They continue to push that tag team making history as tag teams, making tag team wrestling great.
Yeah, absolutely. You know who doesn't like tag team wrestling, right?
Vince McMahon.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
But it's just showing that everywhere else outside WWE, that tag team wrestling is alive and doing very well.
absolutely. You don't have to be a single star to succeed in the wrestling business. You could be a tag team wrestler to be the
Right.
best in the world as well.
Yep. From there, we had that all. Oh, geez, I almost called it the Mid Atlantic, the All Atlantic Championship Final. Pac won a four-way against Malachi Black, Miro, and Clark Connors. Of course, Clark Connors filling in for the injured Ishii, who defeated Connors in the semifinals to get into this match. So Connors was automatically put in his place, and I did not expect Pac to win. I literally thought Malachi that this was made for Malachi Black to go forward, and I mean Pac was probably my second choice, but I mean this was a very very good match. It was very intense throughout the entire thing. And I normally don't like four-way matches or multi-way matches. I like a simple one-on-one. But this ended up being some really, really, really good stuff here.
Yeah, as you said earlier, this event was kind of iffy on paper, but the fatal four way for the All Atlantic to determine the first ever All Atlantic Championship um, for AEW, and some people wasn't like too educated about Clark Connors, but we got educated last Sunday, and they gave him his shine what he was doing. And the only thing I enjoyed about this match as well, it was the only match that introduced a table. Usually, as we watch an AEW event, it'd be 30 tables in each match. I see the I see the psychology is really starting to get well with AEW. It takes time, and
Yeah,
certain people may not like things that AEW does, but it takes time. It takes a certain amount of soldiers to get acquainted with the backstage um, activity to make it run well, and we seen it last Sunday. And this Fatal Four Way was real great. I wanted Malachi Black to take it, but Pac is well deserved to win this title. During the pandemic, he was stuck in his homeland, and you know now he came back and he won his first championship for AEW, which was well
yeah.
deserved.
Congratulations to him. I thought that was very well done. Yeah. Let's see. From there, we had Sting. I'm sorry. Let's just call it like it is. The dudes with attitudes. Sting,
My favorite match,
Darby.
yo. Wait, before you talk about this match right here, I just want to talk about how much history that was made during this whole segment right here. Okay, so let's talk about right now because this is the first time ever Kevin Kelly commentated with Tony Schiavone.
Yes, it's unbelievable, right?
Unbelievable. First time ever these two commentated. And also, first ever in over decades staying on a New Japan pay-per-view. Once again, like I said. But we was entertained with this. This was truthfully my favorite match of the night. Truthfully mine. Dudes
Okay.
with attitudes, the brand new dudes with attitudes. Junkyard Dog, long time ago, Junkyard Dog, Paul Orndorff, Steiner Brothers. They even added Lex Luger last Sunday. I didn't even know Lex Luger was on it.
Wait, let's not forget Rocky King was a member at one point too.
I don't remember Rocky King. I know Rocky King, but I don't remember Rocky King being on it.
No, he was.
I remember him being on the Freebirds.
Yes, I remember. Yeah, that too. Yeah, yeah. So Sting, Darby, and Shingo Takagi defeated Bullet Club members, the Young Bucks, and El Phantasmo. I thought my favorite moment of this match was when Sting was on. They're focusing on Sting, like where the hell is he? His music's hit, and I'm like, he's gonna come out in the Surfer Sting gear. That's what I thought. I'm like, this is gonna be awesome, right? Because they were just building it up, the intensity before he came out. I said they're just gonna do this to surprise people, and then they start focusing on the ceiling as the music's playing or whatnot. Next thing you know, He's up on top of on top of the stage, up on the entranceway, and he just dives in the crow gear on top of the Young Bucks and Takagi. And I was like, damn. I was like, this guy is 62 years old taking risks like this. That guy's insane, man.
Listen, let's just scrap this and just have a Sting versus Flair match. Fuck it.
I'm for it. I'm for it now. Watching this
Yeah,
guy.
it's just to that now. Sting, absolutely. I tell you what, Sting got injured a few years ago from Seth Rollins' match back at Clash of Champions, and he thought couldn't wrestle again because his spinal stenosis deal. But as he got signed to AEW, they basically said that he was going to do less work as possible, probably maybe cinematic, which was the first cinematic match, which was real good. I really enjoyed. But Sting has completely changed the landscape of any notion that he had any spinal stenosis or anything wrong with him. And I give a lot of credit to the Young Bucks, El Phantasmo and Darby Allin and Shingo, because they made Sting look like he was 50 years old.
Yeah.
Sting legit looked good, and I enjoyed every bit of this match too. El Phantasmo, nippy nurple, whatever you want to call it,
The
and him
purple
no selling
nurples,
that.
the titty twifters, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah, him doing that, him no selling, and Kevin Kelly doing the super kick party, and once they do the Sting no sold it, the classic no soul from Sting, and the United Center erupted, and between Sting grabbing the nipple for payback and twisting his, he forgot the spot. But we give him a break. We give him a break.
He's Sting. He's Sting. He deserves a break. Yeah.
But I enjoyed
he looked like he was about to move away and then remembered that he was supposed to do it. And
yeah,
then
we
he did it.
we seen Nick Jackson try to remind him do something, and then he went in there and grabbed the nips and twisted them.
Yeah. That shit was great.
It was great. Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
So you know what? This is the prime example. Before I let you speak, Rick, about this match, if you want to speak more about this match, this is the prime example that I say about when people say, "Oh, they hate the new stuff of this era or whatever it is." It's Sting at 62 years old, mixing with the modern style of the Young Bucks and El Phantasmo to be entertaining, to make me enjoy myself. So you cannot sit here and tell me that this stuff cannot be entertaining to you. If you're not, you can stay right and back in the old days, because
go watch WWE if you're not entertained,
or watch WWE. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. So, one of the things that I always complain about the Bucks anytime we talk about them. Anytime we talk. And now, mind you, I will tell you, they did annoy the hell out of me this evening. But they did put on a good match. They did their part, and they did put on a good match. It's just, I look at that Nick Jackson. I look at that, what's his other name? Matt Jackson.
Matt Jackson.
Their fucking faces. Yeah.
Even towards the little flip, the back scratch that Jim Ross can't stand. That back scratch was hilarious. It's entertaining. It's stupid, but it's hilarious stuff that you just can't wait for them to get their ass whooped once Sting came in there or Darby Allin came in there and take them out. But Sting, Shingo, and they gave the shine to Shingo as well. If you wasn't familiar with Shingo and his work, they gave Shingo a lot of stuff as well with Sting. This was a very entertaining 6-man tag that I really enjoyed. That was very questionable when it was first made.
Yeah. From there, we went to a Tony Schiavone interviewing Shota Umino, and Jericho interrupted him with a fireball and said some bullshit about him being a wizard. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then next up, the only women's match on the show, AEW's women's title. Champion Thunder Rosa took on Tony Storm and defeated Tony Storm, in which now the crowd was on fire prior to this, and up to this match, they just seemed to relax a little bit. The crowd. I thought that this was a very, very good match. I just thought the crowd was a little weird during this. For some reason, it seemed a little off this match, even though I thought it was very good. seemed to not click with the crowd as much as the matches had been going on throughout the evening.
Yeah, before we talk about this match, it was a big announcement. September 21st, AEW returns to the Arthur Ashe Stadium again for the second time.
Correct.
And can't wait to attend that again. There was a big, huge event that they had last year, and I'm glad it was a success. And very historic building for professional wrestling for AEW. I'm just wondering what matchup would they put in there this time that would sell, but we shall tune in. But this match right here, it started slow. It started picking up a little bit. I think people was kind of confused because we got Tony Storm fans in Thunder Rosa, and I kind of feel it didn't die there. I kind of feel it was that Japanese crowd, that quiet, just enjoying their pro wrestling that was happening in the ring. But Thunder Rosa retains the championship under 1040, and I enjoyed this match. It was real good. Tony Storm, please don't put Tony Storm to the back like Ruby Soho. I know everybody's on the roster, but keep Ruby Soho and Tony Storm and Athena, keep them within that championship basis. They don't have to win a championship. You could always wait, but still keep them within those realms. It makes the women division way better instead of using Nyla Rose. Nothing against Nyla Rose. Nothing against her.
I knew you were going to say that.
Heat. You could add me at Showtime Marcel, but there's no heat. It's just
let's
every
catch
time
you.
I turn around, she's the go-to.
She seems to be a reliable source, I guess, in ring.
In ring.
So, absolutely. Yeah. I wasn't sure if Thunder Rosa was catching heat or not, and that's why the crowd was acting the way they were. But I mean, I just thought it was a bit odd that this crowd was just died down after I mean, they could have been tired for all I know. It was a hot show from up and from beginning until up and then. But Jim Ross joined commentary next, and mind you, Tony and Jim were on commentary together for the first time in something like 30 years.
You mean Kevin Kelly?
Or was it Kevin? No, I thought Tony and Jim Ross joined with each other.
Nah, Tony and Jim Ross do every week.
All right, so Tony. Okay, I'm sorry. You're right. Tony and Kevin. No. Jim Ross and Kevin Kelly. I'm totally editing that out. Jim Ross and Kevin Kelly.
We're live, pal.
Yes. Yeah, I know we are live. Wait, I feel like Sid Vicious now with that. We're live.
You're right. I'll correct you. It's been since 1997 since Kevin Kelly and Jim Ross has been on the commentary table together.
That's crazy to think about. It really is. But then we went into Will Ospreay defeating Orange Cassidy for the IWGP United States Championship. Remember what I said last week about Orange Cassidy needing to bring his A game? Yes. Yeah. Okay. Well, he brought his game. He did it. He brought it. He was on fire throughout this entire match. I thought that this was literally one of my favorite matches of the evening. It got me, there's not a lot of matches you can sit there and just be like, God damn, like every time there's a pinfall or something to that effect or some maneuver. Wasn't there a spot where they ended up hitting the ring post camera in this match as well and they took it out? So I thought that was interesting. I just thought that was like, it just added more drama to the match, in my opinion.
Yeah, this match was real good. It was a match of the night to me. I know I would joke about 6-man tag with Sting. It was very entertaining. It wasn't a match of the night. This was legit the match of the night. It really proved a lot of people wrong that sat here and poo-pooed all over this match when it was first announced. But they had a mission to do, and the mission was successfully done. And Will Ospreay comes out as the winner. And a very match of the year candidate. We got a match of the year candidate. We got a whole Bible on the side over here of match of the year candidates for 2022.
December's looking really thick. It's going to be hard to figure that match of the year out.
Get my little dogs to drag the book into the room. It's so big. Match of the year candidates.
After this, I decided I will not make fun of Orange Cassidy being matched up against somebody such as Will Ospreay or anybody. going forward because I thought that this match he did what I was hoping he would do and not rely on the gimmick throughout the entirety of the match. It was a good match.
Yeah, he uses gimmick a little bit, but he knew when it got down to brass tacks, he had to perform as top notch as possible, especially Will Ospreay. And Will Ospreay continues to prove that he is legit the best in the world. And that's hard to say for a lot of performers that is right now. CM Punk says it. You have John Moxley say it. You have AJ Styles say it. You even have who else we have say it all the time? Cody Rhodes say it. But legit, Will Ospreay has continued to during his whole AEW run of what 2 weeks, 3 weeks. He have showed us that he is legit the best in the world.
Literally, yes. And there's a reason he's up here. He's up here for a
Yes.
reason. Yeah. From there, it's time. It's mystery opponent time.
Wait, before
Zack
you get
Sabre.
there, we had
What
history
happened? What
being
happened?
made because we had Shibata.
Oh yes, yes, yes. You're right. Hang on. Let me go
Yeah,
back to my notes here.
Shibata make his to me, I mean to my notion, a US debut
Yes.
at Forbidden Door.
Yeah. He came out and well, let's just say it wasn't a United Empire decided to and attack Orange Cassidy, correct? Correct
Mm-hmm.
me if I'm wrong, because I'm having a little brain
No,
fart.
you're right.
And
You
then
had Austin
Roppongi
open.
Vice, yeah, Roppongi Vice tried to make the save, but they ended up getting laid out. And then Shibata came out and destroyed everything,
Yes, he
and
did.
everybody looked at him like he was crazy. And then Shibata and Cassidy basically just had a standoff or like a stare down, and I'm
Yeah.
like, that's next. That's going to be the next match. Watch that shit happen on Wednesday.
Yeah, that's funny. Orange Cassidy took the shades and put it on Shibata's face, and Shibata loved it, even though they
Yeah.
cut it off too early. But Shibata called him in the ring for respect, and this was a great moment for AEW and New Japan.
Can I go to the next segment
No, absolutely. I'm
now?
sorry, sir.
All
No,
right.
no
Now
problem.
you're good. You're good. You
I
you
want to get
reminded
to
me of something. Yeah, I don't. I just want to remember that I messed up with something important. So,
nah,
anyways,
yeah, mess up.
uh,
You excited to
yeah,
go to the next match, and I respect it. You can always replace me for Adonis,
no, no, thank you. That's gonna and that's gonna be the TikTok clip. So Zack Saber's music hit. He goes down to the ring, and now it's time to find out who Brian Danielson's replacement, aka the newest member of the Blackpool Combat Club, is. The music hit, and the cameras were just focusing on the crowd. The crowd goes absolutely fucking insane, and I'm sitting there like, "Well, who is it?" Obviously, they could see the fucking graphics. We can't because the cameras are just focusing on the crowd. Then it just focuses on the entranceway. And who comes out? Claudio Castagnoli, aka the former Cesaro. I literally had a shit fit and popped so hard for this. I'm like, I could not fucking. This is going to be the fucking greatest match in the world ever, literally. And I was not disappointed in this match at all. Did
Yeah,
you
it
see
was
how
like
did you see how happy he looked from the
yes.
reaction? And that was all 100% natural. That none of that was fucking character, nothing like that. People were absolutely insane and he just looked so happy that they reacted the way that they did for him. Cuz check this out. We thought he was great. He was great before. He was great in WWE. I'm not going to say wrong. They did not besides the fact that they did not give him a championship run or something like that, he was a really good hand and he had great match after great match after great match. He did not necessarily, I guess, was not necessarily disrespected or whatever you call it. But he's here. Imagine how many fucking great matches he's going to have on AEW on every Wednesday night and on pay per view. Holy shit.
Yeah, this was a big moment for AEW and for Claudio. After I feel like he was buried by Vince McMahon on that podcast with Stone Cold Steve Austin. Um, he had his little moment on the tail end of what was it, this year or last year? I think it was last year. He had
I think it
the
was.
WrestleMania, his first ever
Yeah,
WrestleMania match.
yeah. Didn't he
So
hire, didn't he have a didn't he headline a pay-per-view against Roman? Was it Roman?
yes, he did. He headlined a pay per view
Yeah.
against Roman, and he had his moment. He had his moment for 2021, but then he asked for his release or his contract ran out, and he was took a break, and it's understandable. And he made the decision to
Yep.
return to AEW for Forbidden Door. And I tell you what, this was an awesome match. I seen Zack Sabre Jr. when he was with less weight on him in the UK and the world making a scene, and also at the Cruiserweight Classic. But he continued to build the weight and make all sorts of accomplishments in New Japan. This match was another match of the night, but the last match was a match of the night, but this one was second. This was like 1A. So I enjoyed I
Right.
enjoyed this match with these two.
I'm really looking forward to seeing more of Claudio in AEW. Literally, he has been one of my favorite wrestlers for many, many years. He really has. I've seen him on the Indies before going to WWE. Him and Eddie Kingston wrestling each other, and now they're starting to build that back up again. Now Eddie Kingston saying he doesn't like him, he never liked him, yada yada. So they're looking to put that into a storyline. Chikara together. And if you remember Wrestle Jam around here in Connecticut, they worked matches against each other here in Connecticut. So I'm really looking forward to seeing that him and Kingston working a program together.
It's Eddie Kingston versus everybody.
There you go.
But
So as
going back to
go.
before you go to the next match, Claudio, after he won this match against Zack Sabre Jr., um, he was happy, man. He was surprised by the reaction, and he said thank you to everybody. But this was ultimately the showcase of Claudio, and I look forward to him being in Blood and Guts in future AEW episodes.
Yeah. From there, now it's IWGP Heavyweight Championship time.
Yes, it was.
Jay White, Jay White, excuse me, Jesus Christ, I can't get
How dare you?
the words out. I know, right? Jay White retained his title against Kazuchika Okada. I'm just gonna start calling him Okada. I can't pronounce his first name.
I just call him Okada. The
As
Rainmaker.
many times as I've heard it heard it pronounced on television, I just Hangman Page and Adam Cole to retain the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. The finish for me here was a little funky. It's come to find out that Adam Cole had suffered a concussion or a possible concussion, and they ended up just going to the finish, and it was ended up being a little wonky. It was not. It was very anticlimactic. The finish. It was just seemed like it was kind of sudden, and the way they rolled Cole over real quick to get the pin. Very weird, in my opinion.
Yeah, it was weird indeed. But as I said earlier in the week, this was the first ever fatal four way for the IWGP Championship. As Kevin Kelly said early on before the match started, usually these matches be a singles competition match for the IWGP, which everybody loves. But this was a first ever fatal four way, and this match was fire. This match was great, and
Yeah,
as I watch other outlets of wrestling. Um, Adam Page showed that he was a star here years ago when he was working at New Japan. He was like a little, not a young lion, but one of these young guys that was on the New Japan roster under ROH, and Okada was already a star. But this time, Okada was coming into Adam Page house, and he looked like a star along with Okada. But we go right to Okada with the big pop in the United Center, looking like a star already. Okada is very loved around the world, and Jay
hmm
White never ceased to amaze me with the heel work and the psychology. And this Fatal Four Way was real good. Adam Cole continued to show why he's also the best, but it was unfortunate for him. It seemed like he caught the concussion at the end. It was a wonky finish,
yeah.
but it didn't change anything about the match though. The match was good.
Yeah, it was definitely a very, very good match. I hope Adam Cole is okay. I mean, I don't think I've read any further about the situation, but um, I mean, all four of these performers just they killed it. They literally killed it. They went out there and did what they had to do. They're trying to, they're getting New Japan over in the United States, and it worked very, very well, in my opinion.
Yeah, it did. And Jay White still the IWGP Championship champion, and looking forward to seeing him back in the States again.
Yeah.
Big star.
Uh, Big star. Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. Okay, so it was the interim championship. AEW interim championship. John Moxley defeated Hiroshi Tanahashi to become the new AEW interim. Oh, Jesus Christ, I can't even say interim anymore.
You about to say
AEW. Yeah, right. It's like stop using all these big words. The AEW interim world champion. Anyway, so I thought this was a really good match. It just by this time I was tired, man. And Moxley won, which was expected. I was hoping that they would have gone a little bit different, tried to surprise people, and have it be Tanahashi. Tanahashi hold it, and of course go to New Japan with it, and possibly, have CM Punk come in for Wrestle Kingdom and combine the belts. Let them do the next Forbidden Door in Japan.
I agree. That was a great idea. I agree. But as we've seen, I don't know if you've seen the banner. I don't know when All Out is where All Out is going to be, but All Out is for September 4th. Yep. They had the banner on top of the United Center, but hopefully it may happen then. I mean, it's only surgery on the foot. It shouldn't take that long, right? Did they say any time frame of how long you're going to be out?
That I did not catch. All
right, so this main event was real good. Tanahashi continues to prove why he's the greatest in-ring performer in New Japan, maybe even the world. And I know one person, every wrestler say they're the best wrestler in the world, but Tanahashi is one of them. Probably the top 10, top 5.
Yeah.
But this match, he hung with John Moxley. John Moxley got cut. I don't know where he got cut from the sling blade, or I don't know what happened. Hopefully,
I saw him get.
I kind of feel like it was needed.
I saw him get knocked to the floor. I think he might have bladed. I'm pretty certain that he did because I saw him get knocked to the floor, and it looked like he was a little close to the apron. So my guess is that he put his head under there or whatever when the cameras came around, and he was blading. It didn't seem like it was coming down hard at first. It was like down, it was drizzling in his face. But then next thing you know, he's wearing the proverbial, per Gordon Soley, the crimson mask.
Yes, he was. Blood. The only match that had blood in it, which was good. You usually have like 3 or 4 matches have blood in it.
Yeah, you don't need to over. You don't need to.
Down. They toned in everything down. So I respect. Well,
you got it. They can't do it in every single match. It's not going to make sense to do it for 5 matches in a show. It doesn't make sense.
Exactly.
So from there, I thought that this was a really, really, really great show, top to bottom. I thought that it. I think it was worth the price of admission, so to speak.
Absolutely,
it was definitely worth it. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I didn't fall asleep at all. So which is a good thing. It's just overall. Post-match or post-show, Tony Khan and the media scrum did announce, and I'm going to share this on the screen. Once it pops up, Ring of Honor will be returning with Death Before Dishonor Saturday, July 3rd or 23rd, in Lowell, Mass. And if you're watching us on YouTube, you can see the new Ring of Honor logo in there. So, of course,
so nice.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to that. I don't think it's a 2-hour drive from here. I was thinking about attending it, but 2 hours is kind of a drive, especially for Ring of Honor. They don't have a good record of ever starting on time, rather.
Well, right now they're gonna have to. They're gonna be on pay-per-view.
That's true too. That's true too. But God knows how long that shit will last. But so now, of course, last week we were talking about a defunct promotion and FTR carrying the belts of a defunct promotion. And look at this, a new Ring of Honor show has been announced for next month. So
Absolutely,
I'm looking.
patience is a virtue.
I guess the more shit we talk about a defunct promotion, the better chances we have of it coming back.
Let's talk about WCW now.
Right. Yeah. No, please, no. As long as Russo and Ferrara aren't there, as long as they don't copy the last 2 years, I mean, I think we could, we can have potential. It'll have potential.
Was that come to fruition that WCW is dead? It took me a while to get over it. Could have been remade, redone. It could have been NXT, the black and gold version. It could have been AEW, but now we got AEW. So WCW is
Yeah.
dead and buried. It was dead and buried back in 2001.
Yeah. But I'm looking forward to that Ring of Honor show. I'll probably, most likely, I'm sure we will watch it and we will review it. So stay tuned.
Absolutely.
Future reference here in the PWZ land. I'm looking forward to it. I'm glad that they're going to start doing something after a bunch of months of just sitting here wondering what the hell's happening.
Yeah, I know. It takes planning. This guy is doing everything to make AEW the biggest brand in the world. So gotta be patient with the guy, even though he get hyped up at these scrums.
Hyped up, all right. Let's see.
Wait. Before we talk about this, before we go into the next subject, can we talk about Tony Khan with the hugs?
I'm trying to avoid that, but that was a bit weird. I don't know. I mean, maybe he's just happy. I mean, he has these guys under employment. Maybe he just likes maybe he just wasn't hugged much as a kid.
Maybe, but he didn't cool that down. That was funny. There's a lot of gifts going on. A lot of gifts going on.
Yeah, a lot of memes and stuff. I mean, did you see that there's so many pictures of him like just hugging people, hugging all these guys.
It's nothing wrong with a hug, but the way
I like a good hug every now and again.
But the way he was hugging, like it was the last time you ever see him again. I mean, you gotta respect it, man. You gotta respect it.
Right. So that was Forbidden Door. I'm looking forward to the next one, which I'm sure will probably not be for a year, but God knows, God only knows with this guy. And then, of course, I'm looking forward to the Ring of Honor show. That should be exciting. And last night we did a little bit of coverage regarding Wild Wild Wrestling, but let's get Marcel Williams, Showtime's take on tomorrow night's Paradise Alley Professional Wrestling event live on Fight TV.
Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling returns to Fight TV. This is the first time back since last year, Rumble in Paradise in July, which was a big success. But now we're back on Fight TV again, and as I seen announced last night, is myself versus RJ Rude for the first time in probably 2 years, and looking forward to this match. And I got a mission on my plate because I never beat RJ Rude ever. And looking forward to this event. This is gonna be a big. I'm looking forward to my match. I'm just gonna say that I'm looking forward to my match for this event, and looking to show Fight TV, whoever decides to purchase the event for $9.99, that Showtime Marcel hasn't lost a beat.
Not only am I going to be there in public, but I have purchased it as well, showing my support for my brothers at Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling.
Rick Del Santos continue to support Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling, and Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling should appreciate Rick Del. His time spent promoting this promotion.
I'm not even on the payroll. Payroll.
You're not the only one.
Right.
I mean, join the line.
I'm just going to go over I did get the match card last night, and I'm not going to go too far into it, but I'm going to say the matches that I am interested in. Obviously, one of them is Showtime's and RJ Rude. RJ is a really great performer. I believe that Marcel, I believe you're going to get a run for your money. He's fast, he's quick, he's young. So
Damn,
but
you
you
call
got,
me old.
but you, no. I'm just saying that you
I
had the
heard the Just for
experience.
Men comment last night.
That was
You
not
know, I
me. That
mean,
was not me. But you have the experience as long as you can hold him down. Uh, just saying.
that's messed
Uh,
up, man.
I'm just
This
saying,
this
get
is the
in that
last
reverse.
appearance of Marcel Williams on PWZ because of that. You see what I'm talking about?
Oh
I
my
gotta
god, I
regroup.
just ruined this whole podcast.
I gotta regroup now.
I'm just saying. I think, and no, I honestly, I do think it's going to be a good match. I really am. I'm really looking forward to where is it? Sunset Steve and Fly Night Noriega. Now, as of course, Adonis is no longer here, but he mentioned in the chat earlier. Is that going to be a street fight, or are you unaware?
I am unaware. I'm
Okay.
unaware of this whole event. I didn't even know I was facing RJ Root until like a few days ago.
Oh, interesting. Uh,
This is like
yeah,
one
and
of those
that's
deals where events announce something for in your house, and I just find out.
like popping up on Monday Night Raw
Yeah.
unannounced for 2 weeks in a row.
Hey,
Um,
Marcel Williams gonna face RJ Root this Wednesday. What? Okay. All right.
what? So, anyways, I just want to make sure if you guys are listening, please Wednesday night go on Fight TV if you cannot be in attendance. Go ahead and purchase it. It's going to be a fun show. Just Incredible, HC Loke, Bull Dread, Ryan Frost, Marcel Williams, and a bunch of guys from Bo Douglas's school, the Bell Time Club, are coming down. So it's definitely going to be a show worth watching. I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. Go follow us on all our social media. Go follow us on YouTube. Make sure you check us out on Apple, Spotify, all that freaking podcasting apps. TN Couponer, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for sending us notes. I just want to say thank you to TN Couponer for sending in all the tidbits and notes that we do bring, that we do mention here. So on this program, we're about to get out of here though. So, Marcel, do you have anything you want to share before we get out of here?
Yeah, let me continue to thank everybody for the support. TN Couponer popping in for his break. Enjoy your break for work, my man. Guardian Chaos popping on in. You know, Donnie the Don, this guy
You
coming on
you
in.
fell for it.
Yeah, they fell for it. And continued, and even the listeners that continue to grow this product we call PWZ Podcast, continue to share, spread the word, and we continue to entertain as all the other podcasts does as well. Just talk about the sport and sports entertainment of professional wrestling, and continue to do this. Blood and Guts review Thursday,
Yep,
and then we doing Money in the Bank review after Money in the Bank live, always
we'll
live on
be
YouTube PWZ.
yep we'll be here live immediately following Money in the Bank. So if you're watching in, you want to tune in and get our thoughts on it. I don't know if you want to hear our thoughts, especially about Money in the Bank, but you're going to hear them. Tune in.
Nah, there's a lot of thoughts in the YouTube world around after certain events, and I respect every one of their thoughts and respect all their content that they put out. But we continue to put out the content of our opinions and
Yep.
news that go out there. So support all podcasts and support ours
Yeah.
as well. Continue to spread the word so we can grow. And we'll be here Thursday. We'll be here Saturday. And then we'll be back here regular next Tuesday to continue to talk about the world of professional wrestling. And since it's every week. Every week is always news. So I'm not
Yeah.
even gonna say what's next because next something's always brand new.
We'll be bringing in some news if as long as and if, of course, as long as T and Couponer tags and stuff, I'm sure we're going to be talking about that. And as anything crazy happens, I might pop on a little bit early, even if it's for a couple minutes. So once again, I want to thank everybody for tuning in, and have a great night, everybody.